What room is this? Where am I? Where are we?
Hey everybody!
I'm Caleb.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Will.
And we are Working Title!
The dorm arc. Welcome to Sam's college dorm.
I've been out of college for 3 years.
I've been...
Guys, we're back. It's JJK Season 2, Episode 5, Premature Death. We're done the Hidden Inventory arc. I don't know what's really left for us. We might be still dealing with some GOJO flashbacks. Last on...
Toji, Dunzo, rest in peace, never to be seen again. And now GETO and GOJO
now
are seemingly going to be at odds.
So, make sure you leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so, and hit the notification bell so you can be the first to see these videos, and stick around because we are going to do the entire show, obviously, and you can check out some of the other content. We're doing a lot of anime openers right now. You can go over there and leave a recommendation for some ones you want us to check out, and we are going to be jumping into new TV shows, so keep an eye out, get yourself ready. We're going to punch it. By the way, I don't know if Will's keeping this in, but the whole point is so we can start getting uncut reactions to y'all. It's about time!
I just realized why there's clapping in the song and in the video. It's because of the last episode where the whole church was clapping over the dead girl.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh. It's just because the hands in the air like it's going along with the song, but I think that's supposed to be the church people being hyped that Rico died. 1 year later,
reference.
so we jumped another year. Or we jumped a year.
Oh, wow.
Whoa, what is going on with this? Alright. Interesting.
So it stopped the pencil when the eraser hit him because one was a point?
Yeah.
Okay. That's cool.
So he can always be active instead of having to turn it off like he did that one time.
Yeah.
Why does this look like a Berserk episode?
Why do you say that?
Well, because it was like the weird, like, 3D slow. Like, FPS down.
Oh, and he'll never, like, get tired again.
Yeah.
Because his reverse curse technique is always going to repair his brain.
And he can do them both simultaneously.
That animation looks insane. My eyes just, like, started catching on fire.
He looks depressed.
Not the mosquito noise from Eva. I can hear it.
Cicada.
Whatever.
Yeah, it's cicadas.
Shinji moment. Damn. Got mosquitoes.
My
and
best friend's
cicadas
too
messed
strong
up.
now, bro.
Premature death, is this when his spirit dies? Alright, the first scene.
Oh. Yummy. I wonder what his poops are like. Does it affect? Does it cause constipation?
Butt ass.
Does he even have an ass?
Yeah.
Looks like a skeleton. That is so uncanny and creepy.
Yeah.
Sorry.
He's depressed.
That's a really
Why are
cool.
you laughing?
That's a really cool shot, though.
Yeah.
I think it was the angle of his head that was funny. Sorry, I know we laughed too much. That's my bad. It's me. Sorry.
Alright.
Guys, this is creepy.
No, he did the thing. He said the word.
He's become
The Frieza moment.
He's become jujutsu racist. Dude, he looks dead inside.
Look at the eyes. You see the
Yeah.
layers.
Oh, is that Toto's master?
Really?
Yeah, I think so, from season 1. There's a flashback. He also asked what kind of woman is your type, so it's gotta be Toto's master.
Yuki Tsukumo? She is her.
Yeah.
What do they say? I hate Jujutsu.
Look at their animation.
How do you even do that? Oh no.
You erase the things that create it.
The monkeys.
People.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, that's what he says. Pretty much. It's like a freaking nihilist approach again. We got an AOT happening.
Eliminate cursed energy.
Get rid of the Eldian
Or
problem.
get rid of mankind. Yeah. Or make it possible for all humanity to control. Okay, that's not what Geto's thinking.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, I wonder why. Bro did not care about anything except money. And randomly his child. Interesting. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's
right.
right. Okay, so this is where he gets that thought process.
Great job, lady.
God, she egged on the antagonist.
Damn it, is she alive in season 1?
I don't know.
Shit. That's so... the clapping is such a creepy
It's
effect.
it's so unnerving.
It's a weird reminder.
It's just getting louder, too. And it's the rain.
Oh!
Damn. Stop.
But it's not possible to make normal people sorcerers, right?
Well, that's what she was saying. That's like the ideal.
So...
to do something like that.
I wanted to see a physical Tengen.
I don't think Geto really cared about that.
No, but I did.
I didn't get his type or hype.
His type, because you never asked him the question.
Oh, right.
Or he never answered the question.
He might not swing that way. Ethan Doherty just pops out. We're back in present day.
Oh
wow.
Oh! Villagers.
He's gonna kill that guy next to him.
Are they blaming these two because
They're
they're
sorcerers
yeah.
channeling stuff. They're bringing in the curses.
Yeah.
This is when he starts to do it.
Oh, it is producing curses right then and there.
Well, we know which path he's gonna choose.
Become your true feelings. Oh, what the? What was that?
Oh! It's just it's his dragon with blue fire, I think.
Looks like it had like 6 eyes though. Oh my god, did he murder all those people?
Yeah, that's crazy. Well, it's crazy. I think that like somebody on our side was the one who like kind of like set on that path.
112 residents were killed
by her spirit. Sentenced to death. Oh no. Suguru. Geto is probably... Gojo's like, what did
He's
my
like,
boy
oh
do?
He's like, are you
my
kidding me?
gosh. Damn.
That's why I said, huh?
Bro, what? Whoa!
That was so
What's my
nonchalant.
problem, bro?
That felt so nonchalant.
Oh, poor Gojo, dude. Oh! Oh no.
Bro's cheery. Bro's cheesing extra hard after doing all that.
It's the criminal.
He's like, I'm feeling good. I got my sleep.
He didn't even take time. He didn't waste time to try and deny it. She's texting Gojo like, LOL, he's here.
Psychopath's right next to me. We got him. Take him. Take him.
Oh my gosh.
Take him down.
Oh, is this that crowd scene we've seen played through it multiple times? I can't believe he killed his parents too.
No exceptions, he said.
Absolute L, son.
Oh, we were allowed to kill. He found his purpose.
He found his resolve in the worst way.
Ugh. Wow. Because he could literally just kill everybody.
And we're done. We move on.
Oh.
Oh, damn.
There would be a point to it. Damn!
Man, he can't do it.
Gojo. Different group, but their roots are the same.
Oh, okay. So you
They
were
brought the
kind
two girls.
You were kind of right.
Yeah.
Takes the like the ideas, but centers it on sorcerers.
I think those two were in the movie.
I can't remember. There was like, I feel like so many randoms added in. It's weird that they're still clapping. Sounds like a song almost.
And he objected. He's gonna kill them. He's gonna kill whoever this is.
Oh!
Oh!
Any objections? Any others? Jeez.
Oh!
Hey.
Little man.
Little mans!
Look at the little man.
Oh. You look just like him.
My
Pisses you off, doesn't it, kid?
I
can't-
I don't care.
Yeah, a little mature for a kid.
そこに行けば積み木は幸せになれるのかそれしか
100% no.
He has no idea. He says, I can say with certainty. Hell no. No, he can't. October 19th,
Oh,
2018.
yeah! Here we go. Bringing it back.
There they are, finally.
Oh,
It's been so long.
I'm so excited. Oh, that's from the intro. That room.
Yo, Dad's a crazy son of a gun. That wraps up the flashback arc, right?
Yeah.
We're done for the time being.
Yeah.
And what's our wait that we have?
Yeah, so, okay, for everybody watching at home, tentatively, from what people are saying online, is that next episode is going to be a recap of Zero and this arc.
Okay.
And then the episode after that is going to be a recap of Season 1 as a whole.
Right.
And then the week after that is a break. So we're not getting the next episode for 4 weeks from now. Or the end of the month, August 31st. USA time, you know. It'll be
USA, baby.
so I kind of don't really care to watch the recap episodes. I feel pretty comfortable. I think maybe on
I think I'm good.
I think maybe on our own time we should watch them. Maybe not necessarily do a video because there's probably not much we can add to the recap.
I'll probably rewatch the season 1 recap if they have that season 1 recap.
Yeah.
I'll check that out because I would
It's
like
been
to.
a while.
Yeah, it's been a while. We've watched tons of shows, and I'd like to kind of refresh myself. Honestly, I do think this show, the first 5 episodes, has kind of helped recapsulate a lot of those like ideas and brought it back.
Yeah.
But just for the nitty gritty.
Yeah, I mean, like, who's who? Like, I would imagine, because at the end of the movie, Geto asked Gojo, because I rewatched the movie recently after we started this. Geto asked Gojo before Gojo seemingly, we thought, I don't know what happened in that moment. I thought he killed Geto. Clearly he doesn't because season 1 goes on, but the way they make it seem is that he killed him. I don't know why Gojo...
He gets that scar.
Yeah, he gets that scar, but I think that's like Gojo attempting to kill him at least. But regardless, Geto asks, like, oh, did all of my family, like all those people he was fighting with, like the twin girls, they were in that movie now that I think about it. There's like a couple other girls that were on his team.
I just
There's
remember the chef-looking guy.
Yeah, the chef dude that was from Africa. And then there's a couple other people. But all those people escaped. So, I mean, seemingly we may get them as, like, teammates for Geto and our main curse enemies in this next arc or something. Or the future arcs coming forward. But anyway, so we're probably not going to react to these next 2 episodes. If you really, 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 really want us to, then just comment down below and we'll think about it. But seemingly right now, I mean, I think we're good on it. We'll take a little break from JJK.
And it could give us time to start other stuff.
Yeah.
Just saying.
True.
Yeah. This was really good.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say it again. Voice crack. I'll say it again. For those that aren't aware, I was not a big JJK fan. I'm on board. I'm very much on board thanks to this arc. This arc has saved my interest in this show.
Yeah.
By far. I think this was super solid. I don't think there was any time wasted. I feel like this little 5 arc did so well at explaining some like questions I had from season 1 as to characters' intentions and their motivations.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I'm specifically talking about GETO and GOJO, and like knowing who they were to begin with helps a lot contextualizing season 1. I feel,
Yeah.
and it's also stuff I wanted a little bit more to focus on, like characters, where I feel like we kind of just it was more like jokey, or like we almost touched it and then we moved on. More looking at like Megumi in season 1, Nobara Soso with her like split life between the countryside and the city side.
The city girl, yeah.
It felt more like we'll explore it later.
Yeah.
And the Itadori's, you know, we touched on him episode 1, moved on, didn't really come back to it other than he's special.
Yeah.
And he's got maybe a family ties that are deeper.
I think there was a good amount of like mystery in season 1.
Yeah.
And then there was a ton of characters. Season 2, or sorry, not season 2. The movie added a lot of depth to characters and gave like, you know, context to one character, Yuta, who was like talked about as like this, like, you know, almost. I mean, Gojo is like the guy in this, but Yuta and that other student were almost talked about like in an ethereal sense, like they're possible to rank or rival Gojo. And now we get the context of, like you said, who Gojo and Geto were. I think it was a really good arc. I liked the direction, the pacing, the animation looked really good. I really liked Toji. I thought he was a great villain even though he was pretty short-lived. Even that, and that gives a lot of context to Fushiguro as well, because I know when we watched that episode when Fushiguro was kind of talking about his past, and then even when we saw the flashback with like him and Gojo, it's just to me at least, I know I was kind of lost in like what exactly was being said about him. But now there's a lot more. There's a lot more to him than there was prior.
Yeah, well, the visual depiction of like the family background he comes from, it does help a lot more rather than just having to hear it through word of mouth. It's nicer to kind of just see it and see the type of person his father was.
Yeah.
And we kind of know a little bit about his sister from season 1, but very vaguely.
And she's like,
isn't she dead?
No, she's in the hospital because she's like afflicted with like a curse or something.
Yeah, she's cursed, and she's like out of commission.
Yeah, and so that's part of Fushiguro's motivation is to like try and find a way to help her out, I think.
Wasn't she cursed? Isn't that why they did that bridge mission at like the end of season 1, or is that like didn't she do like some ghost quest?
I don't think Fushiguro or Megumi knew that initially. I don't think he knew that initially. I think that's like what he came to understand.
Okay.
I feel like as this episode was playing, I was thinking how much I'm enjoying it, and I was saying to myself how much I would have loved if this arc
played first.
Was not even played first, was played as like the last arc in season 1, if they framed in a way of like, oh, the mystery behind Gojo, and maybe teasing the relationship of him and Geto as season 1 progresses. We meet Itadori, Megumi, Nobara, we spend time with them, and they all wonder too in this show, and then it leads to the typical campfire, let's talk about it, and then they jump into this arc and it wraps up nicely. I know it would be a little bit disconnected based off what we got in season 1, but maybe if they framed it a little bit different to lead into this rather than let it be the opener for season 2.
Yeah.
I'm not going to complain much more because I'm very fond of it now, but
I think it would definitely...
that's how I would have taken out some of the lesser episodes and fit this portion in, because I thought this would be a great finale for a season 2.
Yeah, I think also it would have been interesting to... I don't know, it's just confusing with how Geto's... Like, I feel like we've watched Geto's story completely in reverse. Like, we see him as the main bad guy now. We see him as the main bad guy. Then we step back just a little bit, see him as the main bad guy in a movie where he seemingly should have been done. And I know initially when I watched the movie, I was like, oh, maybe Gojo spared him. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he intentionally, like, missed his forehead a little bit. That's why it's like there's a scar and didn't actually kill him. But then now seeing that he did it in season 1 and, like, legitimately spared him, I'm like, why would he do it, like, twice in a row? Especially after, like, Geto, you know. So anyways, the way they framed or they pieced all the story together, I feel like it makes it a little weird for me, just because you're trying to, like, understand, like, why is it presented this way specifically, I guess.
Yeah.
I still really like it. I mean, I still love the show. It's still fun to watch. I'd just be curious. Normally,
Like,
I feel like you see his
yeah.
character stories a lot differently. You know what I mean? It might be like lead up to their death, then get their backstory. Not like them present villain, then kind of backstory, then even more backstory. Like, you know, it
The
doesn't.
framing has been very weird for this.
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
I agree with you. That's how I felt immediately when they announced the Zero movie. And I was like, why can't we go forward?
Yeah.
Or more specifically, why couldn't we focus on something that felt a little bit more connected, like the Toto versus GETO moment that they had like teased about? Or I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought it was weird to frame it on Yuta, who's a complete non-character to the season 1. I thought it'd been more appropriate to have him introduced in season 2, and then maybe do a movie on him. But
in fairness, maybe Yuta is a more important role until we don't know, but like maybe some more important role in the story later on. You know, I mean, I would assume he is. I don't know why they would make a whole movie about him or a whole like couple chapters or volume about him if he's not like integral to the story later on compared to the rest of the cast.
Well, based off what you guys have said, Yuta was the first one made for the show, right?
I think like in first drafts of this, the author wanted Yuta to be the main character, but then somehow he made Yuji and was like, okay, this will be the main character now. I don't know. That's just a rumor I've heard a lot.
The reason I brought that up is because that's similar to like Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan's original manga, it was pitching Mikasa, and then there were several chapters in, and I can't remember the guy's name, the writer. Isayama. He decided to implement Eren because he wanted a character he felt more connected with to write in.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Mikasa still plays a massive role in the show. So.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense, too, that Yuta came first, or at least that the him and Yuji are similar as main characters because they literally have the same intro. It's like, living with a curse, decides to get executed, Gojo's like, nah, we gonna save you. You know what I mean? Even down to that room. Like, the scene is exactly the same as it plays out in that room. So, yeah. But, anyways, back to this. This was a blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very, very fun little sub-arc.
It almost feels like we have to break it down like its own season in a sense,
you
know? We are going to have a little break in between, but it feels like because it's its own independent story, it's like, where would we rank this? And, like, who's the best characters, how we normally do.
Yeah, I mean, in fairness, there's really only, like, 3 characters for the most part.
It'd be, like, one episode, your favorite MVP,
it's like
favorite moment.
Gojo, Geto, Toji.
Alright, go. What is it? Which one?
Damn, I gotta say, the way Toji just clapped, just knocked out the girl and then took out Geto was pretty lit. I know it was like 2 different episodes, but still.
Oh, Toji, yeah. Toji is good. Ah,
Toji's him, bro.
He really is
He really pulled up, kind of didn't, like, it seems like he didn't exert himself too much until the very, very end. He just was having fun with it.
I don't even think he really exerted himself much at the end because it was just like he faced like an inevitable odd. Like it seemed like he tried harder when he was fighting Gojo initially and killed him. But when Gojo came back, he was so caught off guard, like, because he kept saying in that scene, it's like, dang, something feels wrong about this. Like his gut was telling him, like, bro, you just need to run. Like you just need to run. Homeboy.
That's why he was so confused. He was like,
something is up.
That's why he kept saying, I thought I put this pride aside. Why am I still standing here? I could just leave.
Yeah.
He's like, nah, I got this. Something seems wrong, but I'm going to just keep doing it. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to win this fight so easily. And then he gets turned into a crescent moon shape.
It's hard. You said Toji. You said Toji, but I'm like, Gojo's the fan favorite. Geto's like my favorite, and then Toji's kind of the secret goat that came out of nowhere. I think I'm voting for Toji too.
Yeah,
he's simply
Toji as
simply
well.
Toji, bro.
Okay, what's your favorite episode? I feel like it's a toss up between 3 and 4. He is the one versus Headshot 360 no scope.
I like 3 a lot because it was so jarring. It felt like, spoiler for Game of Thrones, it felt like a Red Wedding type-ish moment. Yeah, it just was so, like, everything was so, well, I mean, like,
also the stabbing into Gojo,
oh
too.
My god, he killed him. He literally killed him. He was dead.
It was a cool fight sequence. I like seeing that there's like a special weapon, holy weapon that can like break through anything.
Yeah.
Also, surprising Gojo is crazy, but also it's competing against Ascending versus a hole in the man's chest, which is pretty incredible too.
Yeah.
Ascending and then light skin dodging, just.
Also, the creepy cult moment. I think I might lean towards 4.
I vote for 4.
I think 4 might be mine.
Is a good one. Yeah.
Purely off of the creepiness of it.
Yeah. Well, just to back onto this episode, because stuff did happen in this episode. So, we jumped a year ahead, and Geto is kind of struggling with reality at this point, and like what his purpose is as a sorcerer. You know, he talks to Gojo is so strong. Like Gojo is now he was already the strongest, but now he's ascended to a whole new level to the point where he's just doing missions solo. And Geto is strong enough too to go do missions solo as well. You know, he talks to that kid. I can't remember. Haibara, yeah. Haibara, and, you know, he talks about him like, hey, like, what, do you feel like you're going to be able to do this forever? You know, do you feel the drive for this? And, you know, he kind of says his piece, and Geto kind of, like, is listening. And then, what was the girl's name again?
Forgot.
I got in trouble because I called her Discount Navara, so I ain't gonna.
Was her name like Suki something?
Who?
You talking about? Oh, you're talking about Toto's
master.
It was something.
It was Yuki something.
Yuki,
like
yeah.
Sakuma,
Yuki something. Well, whatever. Yuki appears, talks to Geto, and she kind of spins her idea of, like, what her goal is. You know, he kind of shits on her because he's like, oh, you're the sorcerer that doesn't take any missions. And she's like, well, I just don't like the, you know, the policies of Jujutsu High. I don't like the rules that they put in place, and them just, I forget how she phrased it, but it's like treating the symptoms and not the cause of the problem. Which kind of sparks Geto's mind of, you know, basically her idea is that every person, everybody has access to cursed energy, seemingly. Some people have very little, some people have a lot, you know, and Jujutsu sorcerers are able to channel that energy through them and stop curses. So if everybody was a cursed user or a sorcerer, we wouldn't have curses in the world. Where on the flip side, Geto took that idea and he was like, well, we could just get rid of everybody who can't. If you can't do it, you're dead. Like, you're dead to me. And he also, you know, he calls them monkeys. So.
Monkeys.
And that kind of spawns Geto's, you know, ideology. He also, you know, a mission happens and Haibara is dead.
And Nanami is really sad.
And Nanami's sad and defeated.
Yeah.
And, you know, then Geto goes on a mission and sees two girls that are sorcerers who are being blamed for causing harm in the village when Geto got rid of the curse that actually did it. And he just snapped and decided to murder the whole 112 residents and then his parents as well.
It was so nonchalantly said. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
the direction his character went was so fast. I think the only way it really worked without feeling so sudden in a single episode of a turn of a character is because we know he's a bad guy ahead of time, so we're like gauged to think that way. And to be fair, they only had 5 episodes to really kind of navigate him from like a person. I might retract it only because the basketball scene did start with him not sure of where he placed his values. Like, it was kind of more of an up in the air between him and Gojo, and he was trying to find where to land. And then the only really time they really touched back on it was with those people.
Yeah. And you gotta remember, too, like, his best friend died. Like, the girl that he was, like, really committed to, like, fighting the world for, not like he had a love interest in her, but him and Gojo were willing to fight, like, the other strongest people in the world for her, got taken from her immediately. He got completely humiliated and bit and destroyed, and his best friend died in his eyes. So for, like, all of that to happen very traumatically to him, and then it all just kind of, like, seemingly mean nothing because Gojo's back, and then Geto left with, like, the idea, you know, because you think about it, too, Gojo's kind of the one that put that battery in his back a little bit, because he's like, should we just kill all these people right now? Like,
you know how strong we are?
Yeah, he's
like, could kill them and I wouldn't care.
It's just, like, I think the direction on aiming the hate on just the standard people is where I'm like, where does that, like, why to just jump to such a straight... It's like being like, oh, this baby, it's useless, it can't defend itself. It's like, it's such a weird jump in conclusion. It's like, oh, this person's weak, shouldn't live. Oh, they're in a wheelchair?
Well, I think it's part of the thing, because it's like, you know, Geto... this is me making some like leaps in logic. This is just my assumption, but like Geto doesn't like. Geto has to eat the curses. I mean, he even mentions he's like no one understands how like nasty curses taste.
Yeah.
And this is like his thing. So because he understands how like disgusting these things are, he understands how bad they are, and then, you know, of course, he's a sorcerer. Like, he has to see, like, the pain of the world every single day, going out and dealing with it. And then when you come to the conclusion, and then when you get killed by someone who technically isn't a sorcerer, like Toji. Like, Toji isn't a sorcerer. He isn't able to wield...
How is that possible? He's so fast.
Well, the heavenly... restriction.
Is that what really helps him fully?
Yeah,
So it made him a superhuman.
They said that...
Okay, I thought it was just to, like, penetrate anyone else's ability. So it also double enhances.
No, the sword, the weapon itself was the reason why it pierced. It had nothing to do with his heavenly restriction. His heavenly restriction just made him superhuman in ability. But he literally... Because Gojo said... You know, like, even normal people have cursed energy. Like, even if you're... Like, we're us three, we're not sorcerers. But we would have some cursed energy in us. But he literally had 0. Like, none. So, he was, like, the super non-sorcerer, essentially. So I think also that could be adding to why Geto doesn't like these people, because this one killed him.
Sorcerers can cause corruption to happen, too, right? Like, their fears can spawn curses, right? Like, everybody creates curses,
They
right?
don't leak as much cursed energy as
because they have control
people
over
do. Because
Yeah.
they control.
Okay, because I was gonna say it's like everybody. The reason you could say he hates is everybody can create it, but only one group can take care of it, and so it's like the other group. It's just I don't know. I think it's just a weak excuse.
He also said something about Jade, or it was either him or Yuki was like, something about sorcerers can become curses when they die. Well, I'd read that and I was like, wait, hold on, what?
Yeah, I honestly, I was just kind of like lost in the moment, so I did miss some of the or I wasn't fully on the entire conversation.
But that's a crazy idea that you can, if it's true, and I read that right, if you control your cursed energy but you die, there's a chance you can become a curse because you have cursed energy.
Well, isn't that what Sukuna is? I thought that they said he was like one of the strongest evil sorcerers on the planet, and then he became like a curse. I thought that's like because
and this is why we're gonna have to watch the recap of season 1.
Yeah, maybe we should watch the recaps. But regardless,
battery.
Oh,
no,
BRB.
yeah, just stop.
BRB. Well, yeah. Other than that, like, this has been great. I'm trying to think what else we really covered. He nonchalantly was like, "Yeah, I did it." Like,
he didn't care. Yeah,
no holding anything back.
He already had reconciled with himself.
Gojo is here.
She also was like, "I want to die."
He's probably like try to restrain him, and she's like, nope.
Yeah.
No thanks.
It's also funny too, where Geto's like, you know, honestly, if I was you, this wouldn't even be like a mission. Like, I could just get it.
I would just do it, and it'd be over.
Yeah. So even like testing the are you actually the strongest because you're you, or are you because you're the strongest? Was interesting. The meme.
I just love, if I were you, me personally, I'm killing everybody if I'm you, bro.
And then he even played on like Gojo's like, well, like the whole like purpose thing. He was like, well, you know, you can kill me, like at least you'd have a purpose of killing me, like of doing.
There'd be a reason this time.
Yeah. Instead, like, because
it kind of throwing it in his face that you're. Remember that one time you wanted to kill all those people and you said it'd be fine?
Yeah. We'll do it now.
We'll do it now.
And you'll actually have an excuse.
There's a good reason to do it this time because I'm going to do some bad stuff.
Yeah.
We saw the Megumi scene once again.
That made me happy. I miss seeing those 4 together.
Oh, yeah, and then all of them,
yeah.
Laura and
Oh,
Midori.
shoot. I forgot Little Megumi's so silly. Such a small little guy.
He's also seemingly really smart. He was like, you're a first grader.
There's no way this kid's a first grader.
Yeah.
And he said, oh, those guarantee my sister's happiness.
And he was like, yep.
No. I can say with 100% certainty, no. Your sister will be miserable.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that was about it. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. Isn't that crazy?
That is kind of crazy for me.
I loved it. I had a fun time. I think I gave JJK like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah,
It was so
you
much
did.
worse. I did not like it.
Yeah.
If I
What'd you
was
give
to
the
rewatch,
movie?
if I was to rewatch it now with some context, it might boost up a little bit. The movie, I liked the movie. I thought it was okay though. I felt like there were some things that I didn't enjoy about it. Some things I thought were wasted space. But overall, I liked Utah.
I remember Sam liking the movie more than season 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, which is good. It's been progressively getting better and better, so we'll
We're
see.
on a good track. I mean, 10 out of 10, that's just how I'm feeling out of immediacy bias. Realistically, if I looked back, it might be like a 9 out of 10, but I don't think I'd give it lower than that. I had a pretty fun time with this.
Yeah. I would say 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
I'll give it a 9.5 out of 10.
Nice.
There you go. Well, guys, now it's your turn to let us know your thoughts, your ratings, your MVP, your favorite episodes, and yeah, you're going to have to write a comment so we can check that stuff out. But for now, we'll see you after the break in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We'll see you then. Punch it!